Good evening. Good evening. Thank you very much for keeping it Citizen TV. It is Monday, so you know it's time for Sporty Monday right here on Citizen TV. Hashtag in the daybreak. And the question we're going to ask is going to be up a little bit later on, but we're asking right from the beginning. Good evening. First, it was good evening. Unai Emery, akaenda. Pochettino, akaenda. Sanchez, ndo hiyo jana, akaenda. Silva of Everton, most likely, ataenda. So, should Ole Gunnar Solskjaer also aende? Ama Maniu hawana zile vitu Boni alikuwa amebeba. Boni halwale. Use the hashtag daybreak and SMS 22422. Joining us in the conversation, Tijan Swila.
Pleasure always.
Karibu tena sana.
Asante.
Asante sana. And back after a very long time, can Erickson Jeru. Karibu. Uko salama?
Niko salama.
Umerudi timu yako ikichapwa kidogo.
Kabisa.
Yeah, wewe ukiwa kwa same WhatsApp group na Pulisic Shitera here. How are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling good. Asante kwa mashabiki wetu sugu.
Yes.
Bado tupo.
Bado tupo. All right, let's begin there from good evening. Arsenal walifuta Unai Emery. And now in his place, Freddie Ljungberg. A lot of people have also been linked. I mean, from Nuno of Wolves, to Michael Arteta, assistant to Pep, to who else have we seen in that list? Pellegrini. First of all, on Unai out, do you think this was the right time? Mid-season?
It was long overdue. It was as late as yesterday. And it's something we'd been singing here because remember when this season began, I sat here and made my prognosis, which Terra's been making fun of. And I told you the squad, though not an A class, but was good enough, decent enough, the best in 8 years to challenge for the honors. But you saw how disjointed he was in his philosophy. Philosophy was lacking, but rather his game plan, player selection, tactics, substitution, it was out of place and everybody was in agreement. Unai took too long to get that squad punching equal to its weight. So it was only prudent that he gives way. Remember, this is the first time since 1992 that the Gunners have gone on a 7-match winless streak. So it will only prudent that he steps aside, and it's good the board have shown him the highway. Freddie Ljungberg is there, he's a legend, he's part of the invincible team. So let's see how he's going to build the team between now and end season. He's on interim basis. We don't know how long Kroenke and his son are going to give him that chance. But if you look at Arsenal, the atmosphere has been so polluted, armband, fans keeping away from the matches, winless streak. Everything that has gone wrong has actually manifested itself at Arsenal this season. I don't know how good Freddie is going to get the best out of that team, because right now you take out Aubameyang, then probably the team would sit at position 15. His brace
and he's being
not good enough to earn us a point. And as you said, Real Madrid and Barcelona are waiting on the wings. They're trying to look at if Luis Suarez exits, and probably, rightfully so, Aubameyang is one of the most prolific strikers in the world.
And also now lately I can see Inter Milan.
You can't take away that from him. Star. Yeah, so it's a good thing that Unai has left. But as Van Persie said, for the 18 months he was in charge, if Arsenal is playing, you can't see his philosophy. Right. Remember, our team plays
a proper first 11.
Mirrors your philosophy as a coach. So it's a good thing he's gone. Those big names have been touted. We are waiting to see whom they'll eventually settle on, but definitely my desire would to see Brendan Rodgers take charge.
Lakini right now he's high flying with Leicester. The Foxes cannot be outfoxed. Yesterday when the game ended, I saw how he was smiling, he was beaming, he was excited. hugging players and talking to them. In fact, he had a very good discussion. We don't know what they're talking about with Jamie Vardy. So inakawa kwa wamejel. What do you think about first of all the replacements wenye wamewekwa pale kukuja? Ni nani unadhani anaweza ama tuachie tu Yumbaga wafanyie kama vile Ole ametufanyia? Au ma legend ni Lampard tu ndo anafanya kazi.
I think kwangu mimi ningekuwa nimesomea ukocha, ingekuwa safi mimi niongoze timu ya Arsenal kwa sababu Arsenal ukiangalia,
he didn't even kick a ball in his entire career.
Arsenal ukiangalia Arsenal, by the way, kuangalia the players wenye walicheza mechi ya jana against Norwich City. Ukiangalia ile mechi ilikuwa mechi ya Norwich kushinda hiyo mechi kwa sababu walikuwa outshone kwa kila position kwa ile game. Na ukiangalia the same mistakes ilifanywa na Unai ndio Lundberg alikuja nazo kwa sababu ile mechi kuanza na the likes of akina Willock kwa ile mechi, then una substitute mtu kama Ozil, unaweka Saka. Ni kumaanisha bado Arsenal na ile transfer window walikuwa nayo, I think wangefanya poa kuliko vile walifanya kwa sababu ukiangazia Pepe ambaye walinunua na installments hakucheza kwa ile mechi. Kwa hivyo nafikiri Lundberg bado si kocha ambaye ataweza kusaidia Arsenal sana, na kwangu mimi ningewaomba tu aende Pochettino ambaye pia Bayern Munich wanamezea mate, na Pochettino ndiye kocha ambaye anaweza ongoza timu ya Arsenal kwa sababu ukiangalia relationship yake na players ambao walikuwa timu ya Tottenham Hotspur, the like of Dele Alli, na kurudishwa kwake Saka kwa ile mechi, by the way, niliona isaidia sana kwa timu ya Arsenal kwa sababu ilikuwa on 2 occasions alisaidia timu ya Arsenal kufungwa. So kwangu mimi nafikiri Pochettino is the right man kwa hiyo kazi kwa sababu hivi sasa Brendan Rodgers hawezi toka timu ya Leicester ikiwa number 2, 8 points behind Liverpool, na pia Massimiliano Allegri kidogo pia na English Premier League sioni akifit pale kwa English Premier League. Ukiangalia Pellegrini aliweza kushinda timu ya Chelsea, kwa hivyo pia anaangazia kusaidia timu ya West Ham kuweza kufanya vyema kwa West Ham United. Kwangu mimi watafute kocha ambaye ana kazi hivi sasa kama Pochettino aweze kuwasaidia, ama Lundberg endelea hadi mwisho wa msimu.
But is and this has no bile. I know it's going to sound like it's bile, but is Arsenal a dream job for a coach?
For now, I don't think it's a dream job. Actually, I'm still in shock because since I was born, I've never heard or seen Arsenal Saka coach. I think it will go down into history books.
Which means Unai Emery. And I think it's because your fans walisusia kukuja kwa game.
And to me, I think it's not a problem of the coach at Arsenal because as it is now, the more things change, the more they remain the same. Because look, they dropped Unai Emery in the hope that the incoming coach would register some results, but things, the status quo was prevailed. And now, what I think is when you replace a coach, most of the teams register instant results. Look at Tottenham when they hired Jose Mourinho. He came in with a bang and got his first win for Tottenham. I think what has gone wrong for Arsenal is that they have failed to invest in good players for that matter to win. To me, even Arsene Wenger was not a problem. The problem was the Arsenal board, or if they have any Arsenal owner, not investing in good players. Look at what Chelsea did. Look at what Manchester City did. I really had to follow it up with Manchester City so that Swila asione kwamba mimi kazi yangu ni kufikiria tu Chelsea. But I will explain even with that Chelsea example. When Roman Abramovich took over Chelsea, he hired a special coach in Jose Mourinho and invested in players. And immediately Chelsea won the Premier League. Look at what Etihad brought to Manchester City. They hired Roberto Mancini and injected in very good and expensive players, and they are a force to reckon with in the Premier League. Arsenal will remain a very important subject to history students, just like Manchester United and the likes of Newcastle United, Leeds United, Charlton, Bolton Wanderers. unless they invest in good players, because that is the only way you can compete at
But
the
if you
top
look
level.
at, and that's the other thing I've been looking at, the only team I think, there are two ways to look at it. One is look at when the Firminos, the Salahs, the Manes, they took some time to become the stars and to gel, to become who they are today. And you look at a team where, let's talk about Manchester United, for example. Wako na Anthony Martial. Jamaa alikuwa kule mse wa France. Wako na Marcus Rashford, once touted as the upcoming Ronaldo before Kiburi ingie. Wako na future na Greenwood. But is it that they don't have, when you say attract, do they need to watafute Neymar?
Yeah, you see, Manchester United did the right thing, but they were not patient. They bought back Pogba, they bought Lukaku, bought Sanchez, but they were never patient. They thought that after we have bought, we need results. But you really need to build a team around a certain person like Pogba and Lukaku. Look at what Lukaku is doing at Inter Milan. Clearly shows you that he had no problem at Manchester United.
Assists and goals.
Yeah, there was a problem somewhere. So this is what I'm saying. Look at what Manchester City did when Roberto Mancini came in and bought players, the likes of Akina Company. He knew these are players for posterity. And eventually, Manchester City came to the surface. And everyone is seeing Manchester City. And that's why I keep saying that to me, Pep Guardiola is not that #1 coach, because the history of Pep Guardiola is to look at a team that is ripe, and that is where he sets his seat. Manchester City, when Manuel Pellegrini left, it was a semi-finalist at the Champions League, had won the Premier League. And I keep on challenging anyone who doubts my argument. Tell me that one player that Pep Guardiola has signed for Manchester City that deserves a start. Even his own player that he signed, Jesus, doesn't have a starting 11 on a good day when Aguero is fit. So this is what I'm saying. Look at the misses he delivered over the weekend. This clearly shows you that Pep Guardiola got a team that was ready, and he moved away with it. He got a team that was ready at Bayern Munich. He moved away with it. He got a team that was ready at Barcelona and moved away with it. So I challenge Pep Guardiola. Go to a team like Arsenal now.
Let's take a look at that.
Help Arsenal out of that ditch. Then I will approve you as a good coach.
Standing ovation. Let's take a look at that game. Arsenal wali struggle.